Hello, it's me again here to explain what we're doing on Wednesday. So, our topic today is why do we study history and what will we study in AP World History? The goal being to understand why history is important and how it is best studied. So, we want to get to know the curriculum for the year that we'll be focusing on. And this is just a very brief curriculum, but it will help show like where we're going. So we're going to start with an interactive read aloud, which I already filmed on this one page reading, Why Do We Study History? And then we're going to move into the activity, which is sequencing key concepts that you're going to be learning about this year. So if you click on the activity, that was our learning schedule that you have. It'll bring you to this page on Schoology. So the idea is that you're going to familiarize yourself with AP World time periods, and those time periods will become our units. And so we essentially have 6 units of study, or like 5 units of study, and then the last unit is broken up into two for the modern history. So you will be learning about these different time periods, and we'll do the first one together. So what's going on here is that in these stations, which typically would be physical areas around the room, in each of these stations, there are pictures of events, and you have to, using your historical knowledge, decide what time period, those events fall in. So you'll see this more on the Google form. I'll show you what the time periods are, and we'll do the first one together. So you'll move through the presentation, which is here, and then use the Google form to collect your answers. So I'm opening up the Google form in a new tab. On the Google form, you're going to write down 2 or more. This is why we do these preview videos are good. Big, not bib, events and or concepts you see in the images. And those big events or concepts can be 1 or 2 word answers, and then fill that in on the form, along with a question from the Why We Study History guide, which I'll also open up here so you can see it. So you write down a big event or concept, a question that you have, and then your guess on the time period. That's what goes on the form. All right. So let's take a look at the time periods and the questions. The time periods are listed here. And they are 8,000 BCE to 600 BCE, which that time period is known as technological and environmental transformations. Then 600 BCE to 600 CE, which is organization and reorganization of human societies. It's like the classical era. Then 600 CE to 1450, which is regional and transregional interactions. Then 1450 to 1750, which is globalized interactions or global interactions. 1750 to 1900, which is industrialization and global integration. And 1900 to present, which is called accelerating global change and realignments. So you have to decide which of the time periods you think that this first presentation is. So you'll fill in your class hour, and then we're going to go to station 1. So station 1 is here. These are the slides. Let's take a look at them. We've got warriors on horseback, and they have these fur hats, and some of them have like a armor. You can see over here, and they're shooting bows and arrows. We have the Dome of the Rock, which is in Jerusalem. but it is a Muslim. It's a temple. It houses a rock inside of it, but you can see the calligraphy on this. There are no images on the building. A map of what looks like trade routes, so both in the sea and on land. An admiral or a captain, a sea captain with a big ship. This looks like a ship from Asia, and in fact it is. It's a Chinese ship. And then a giraffe back here. So someone who's traveled very far and is able to bring a giraffe back with him. And a castle and some people farming here in the front. Wagon. This castle looks very beautiful, looks very European to me, very French, like early Renaissance style. And those are our images. Okay, so judging on those images, we have to figure out what time period we're looking at. So again, we've got the castle, the ships, the trade routes, the Dome of the Rock, and the warriors on horseback. I'll give you a clue. These are Mongol warriors. So I don't know if that's Genghis Khan. It's probably not Genghis Khan because he's not dressed as nicely as these guys over here. But these are Mongol warriors. And the Mongols created the largest land empire known to man. So that being said, all of those events happen within 600 to 1450. And the events that we saw were the Mongol conquest, feudalism in Europe with the castle. Other events in that sequence are the Silk Roads. Obviously, I'm doing more here. And Indian Ocean Basin. And one question that might be asked would be, how large were the ships Chinese mariners used? And I will tell you that they are large enough to fit giraffes in them, way bigger than the Pinta and the Santa Maria. And then we'll move on, right? There we go. So just for reference, I should have showed you this earlier, but here are the questions that I'm talking about that you can use to reference your in your form. So what's the historical context? What sources and evidence are used to create this? Whose voices are included? What groups are conquered, controlled, and taken advantage of and marginalized? What do you think is true? Who is using it for manipulation, etc.? So you're going to do that 5 more times for the 5 other stations. And then at the end, I'll share with you tomorrow I'll share with you the correct order of events, or you can hang around in class to see the correct order of events. All right. Thank you very much. And actually, I think I'll change that around so that you see the correct order of events when you submit the form. That's what I'll do. Have a great day.